had the opportunity to make a staggering 900% profit by selling my VIP tickets to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. But I didn't. All because the endowment effect.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
This cognitive bias tricks us into believing that the things we own are worth far more than the identical items we don't possess. This effect occurs even when there is no significant attachment, or even if the item was only acquired minutes ago. It's a fascinating manifestation of our innate aversion to loss, as both sellers and buyers are blinded by the potential losses they perceive during a transaction. Head over here to learn more about loss aversion and its effects. To offset the disappointment of missing this mesmerizing performance, I was only willing to accept an excessive amount of money. An amount that I would never pay for the same ticket if I didn't already own it. Even when I knew it would be the rainiest rain show that ever rain showed, I couldn't bear the thought of missing this experience. Conversely, a friend of mine was anxiously seeking for a ticket and was shocked by the unbelievable prices. While I placed a greater value on the experience I might miss, she focused on the financial loss she would undertake by purchasing the ticket, and thus was willing to pay much less. Naturally, the misalignment between the willingness to accept and the willingness to pay between the seller and the buyer can lead to market inefficiencies. This gap can be caused by the different reference points each side holds. While the seller uses the highest price in the market as a reference point, the buyer uses the lowest. These anchors pull each side to the extreme, preventing them from finding common ground. To mitigate the impact of the endowment effect, one needs to raise the bar for which products are considered their own. Since we tend to perceive a high self-concept that sleeps over to our belongings, try to minimize the time you interact with a product. An interaction doesn't just include wearing or using the product. It also includes imagining how awesome it will be to shout the lyrics to All Too Well with fellow Swifties. Another way is not to leave the estimation all to yourself. Consult a friend or a family member. Choose someone without any particular attachment to the product so they can give you a more rational estimation of its worth. If the endowment effect has impacted your decisions before, comment "I'm also biased" down below. And don't forget to watch these next.